I bet you didn't know Diva's ult is the best ultimate in the game, bro. Look, all you gotta do is just pop this sucker out in the battlefield, then boom, you can get an easy quadruple kill. But let's say Jeffrey comes home from school, boots up Overwatch, right? He's playing Diva, he's been playing for about 5 minutes. Boom, he has his ultimate, he's on Blizzard World, right? Alright, so they're at the choke point, okay? And then what he does, he sees at least 4 of them. There's a Sigma, McCree, Echo, Ana, and Baptiste. They're all clumped up. Jeffrey, he makes sure that he has his ult ready. He presses RB, he flies in there, then he presses Q. He's in there, he popped his ult. But to what avail? The bomb goes off. Jeffrey had no kills, bro. But Adonis just came home from school. He boots up Overwatch, he's on Blizzard World 2. He sees an enemy Sigma, McCree, Cassidy, Echo, and Baptiste. So what he does, he has his Diva ult ready. And so he flies up in the air. And then boom, he presses Y and Q. His explosion goes off. He gets a quadruple kill and finishes off the enemy Sigma and gets play of the game. Look. Do you want to be like Adonis, bro? Well, be sure to watch this video all the way until the end. Don't forget to like or leave a comment saying, hey, I'm winning, if these tips helped you out. All right, let's get straight into it. Okay, first up is Diva. So, voice crack. You always want to make sure that you're up in the air. I see too many Jeffreys throw their Diva bomb either too low off the ground or too high off the ground. Be sure to aim at least 45 degrees and make sure the ult isn't too obvious, alright? Look, the big thing about playing Diva's ult is really subtlety, bro, and making it less obvious and stuff like that, alright? Don't be a Jeffrey. Adonis will just go ahead and fling that mug at a good angle and make it not too obvious, and it's really situational. Alright, Diva tip, gone! Alright, now for Doomfist, look, Jeffries want to land on top of their target, but Adonis would aim at least like a couple pixels away from their enemy and predict where their enemy is actually going instead of landing on top of them. Yeah, it sounds pretty easy in words, but it's better said than done. So it really takes a lot of practice. Go into the deathmatch as Doomfist and practice his ultimate, try to beat your ultimate and try not to die. And of course, a Jeffrey would go and pop his ult and not be in line with his enemy or not be in line with the team. So be sure you're always in line with your team before you pop the ult, or no, before you land and crash down, because you're gonna be exposed unless your shield block is up and stuff like that. So be sure you have at least 2 plans. 1, that you're in line with your team, mainly your supports, and 2, that your abilities are off cooldown. Okay, now for Junker Queen, I see a lot of Jeffreys just go ahead and pop this ult on at least 2 targets. Heck no, bro. Junker Queen has a big AOE, area of effects, alright? So be sure you're at least getting at least 3 or more people when you pop this ult. It's a pretty good ult, and especially if your team is with you, I need you to spam that group up with me button. You're playing a freaking tank, bro. Your team should be with you to support you either way, alright? Does that make sense? So, on Junker Queen, the mistake to make is at least get 3 people or more and be sure your team is with you. Do this, you can win more games as Junker Queen. Coming from a Junker Queen main. Okay, next up is Erisa. So I see too many Jeffreys, they don't fortify and they don't use their javelin spin before they pop the ult. Look, if before you pop your ult, always pop out your javelin spin. It's going to be a little obvious, but I need you to get in there. If you see an enemy Erisa, they have an Ashe, an Echo, a Bagetta, and a Lifeweaver in that team. What Adonis would do, he would go ahead and press fortify if it's off cooldown, and he would javelin spin, which should already be on cooldown because you're about to pop. Oh, I need you to get in there. Alright? So always pop your javelin spin before you pop the actual ult. Easy. More kills, more wins. Okay, now for Ramatra, I see too many Jeffreys just out here and they pop their ult just willy-nilly, bruh. They see one target, oh my god, I'm gonna pop ult, I'm gonna kill their enemy Reinhardt. But no, bro, you want to make sure that you have at least 1 DPS hero or at least 1 support hero alongside that tank if you're gonna target the tank, or if there's at least 2 DPS or 1 support and 1 tank. Always make sure there's at least more than 3 people before you pop this ult, because if you're out of range of the enemy, you're also gonna go off, then that's gonna be a waste. You want to try to at least secure at least 3 kills with Ramatra's ult or for any tank ult in order to change the game. But that's only in an idealistic environment. What an Adonis would do if he's by himself, and let's say he has an Ana with him and he has a McCree with him. There's the enemy Junkrat, Tracer, and Zenyatta. What he would do is wait for the enemies to all be grouped up and then pop his ult like that, bro. So it wouldn't at least be a waste because you're at least killing 3 people and they're going to be staggered and stuff like that. So one mistake to avoid, make sure the enemies are grouped up. Make sure you have enough health to get in there so you don't die and waste the ult. Okay, next up is Reinhardt. So look, I see too many of y'all bronze player Jeffries. You just have your shield up and then hammer down. No, bro, you're wasting it, bro. Always make sure you're in a fight before you pop Reinhardt's ult. It's the most obvious ult in the game besides Reaper's ult. But look, make sure you're in a fight. Swing that hammer, hammer down, bro. Easy peasy. And of course, if you're playing another Reinhardt and he's swinging all willy-nilly, be sure to have your shield up and play carefully, all right? But that's only when there's another Reinhardt. And of course, be sure to avoid the enemy shields. If they do have shields up, be sure to get past that shield and then go ahead and pop your ult. Easy peasy, willy-nilly. All right, next up, we got Roadhog. So look, I see too many Jeffries. They go ahead and pop their ult. Really, when they're in danger, what they would do, they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna heal and then pop my ult. No, bro, you're wasting your ult. Use Roadhog's ult after you out of ammo. Oh my god, after you're out of ammo. All right, that's gonna have so much more success than if you just pop your healing and then just pop the ult like that, bro. So be sure when you're playing Roadhog, after you have that 0 health, when you're reloading, press triangle, Y, Q, whatever. Spam that button and then start killing people, bro. Look, there's too many of y'all just spamming his ult. Because Roadhog's ult is a pretty good ult, but just use it when you're out of bullets, alright? Does that make sense? If you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, bro. Tell your friends about me. Alright, next up is Sigma. So I see too many Jeffries. They get way too close when they pop their ult. What is that melody? And then they fight as close as they can to the enemy trying to shoot them. Okay, that's understandable. You do need to try to get close enough in range to shoot. Let's say you caught an Ana in your gravity flex. You do want to get close enough to get him with your 2 balls, but you could get slept if you're that close to the Ana. You're in her range. So be sure that you're in a medium range to where you can actually shoot the enemies who are caught in your flex. And be sure you're far enough to where you can't get stunned or something like that. Sometimes how I play it, I even get out of the line of sight of Sigma and then pop my ult like that. Easy peasy, willy-nilly. Alright, next up is Winston. So look, I don't really see too many mistakes. What you want to do with Winston, treat Winston's ult as a second life. Now there's the big mistake, and that's the Winston's text. If you don't know how to like juggle people as Winston, go check out a YouTube video about that. I'm probably gonna make that, and I don't know, we'll see. But for now, go check out like a CarQ YouTube video and look at how to like Winston tech and stuff like that. All right. Next up on the wrecking ball, look, I see too many of y'all bronze players, bruh. You never pile drive before you pop your ult, bro. Be sure you get up somewhere high. Be sure you swing somewhere to a high place. Pop your ult while you're in the air, and then go to pile drive, bro. That's something an Adonis Grandmaster player would do, bro. Easy peasy. All right, pretty self-explanatory. When you're playing wrecking ball, be sure you're up in the air, go and pop your ult, and then pile drive down on them. All right, next up is Arya. So look, too many of y'all make it pretty obvious, bro. Like, what you do is you have your beam out. Beam, 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 beam. You get aggressive, get aggressive, get aggressive. Boom! You pop your ult. It gets eaten by a freaking Grandmaster Diva, bro. Look, don't make your ult way too obvious, bro. If there is an enemy Diva, go and get shotty out of mech before you pop your ult. And be sure to play a little bit defensive because Arya is a more defensive player before you pop the ult. You could alternate fire and then pop your ult like that. And I've seen pretty much a lot of success doing that one. Alright, Zarya tip down. Onto our damage heroes. So for Ashe, too many of y'all put Bob out in the open. Now what you could do is try to throw Bob behind an enemy team so he can be a distraction in their back line. And y'all can pick him off from the front line like that. Easy peasy. But mistake, put Bob in a pretty, like, use your common sense, bro. Don't put him out in the open, bro. Let's say if you're in Bob's position, would you die? Ask yourself that question. Would I die if I put Bob behind the payload on Route 66 and there's an enemy Ramatra, Genji, Reaper, Ilari, and Kiriko? Would I die? Yes, I would die if I was Bob in that situation. Put Bob in an obvious spot, bro. It's pretty situational. Use your common sense. Alright, for Bastion, too many of y'all just spam all 4 of his rounds, bro. Look, take it safe. Take your time with Bastion. What I do, I go ahead and fire 1 round off and try to see where the enemy's going. And then let's say a Tracer, I shoot her. and then she blinks. It's her last blink, and then I predict where she's going. Then I fire all 3 of my rounds and solo ult her and get the kill. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, mistake for Bastion. Try to fire 1 round and predict where your enemy is going, and then fire the rest of your rounds. Okay, now for McCree, be sure that you're in their backline. Go ahead and do the flank McCree, bruh. Or Cassidy. I say McCree because I'm an OG player, but make sure you're in the backline if you could. You could try to do the front line. I don't really play McCree, alright? Just don't die, bro. Just try not to die. Stay alive with your team. Easy peasy. Win like that. Alright, now for Echo, be sure that you don't get too aggressive when it comes to voice cracks, alright? Let's say I clone like a Diva, alright? So be sure that you're not as aggressive as their enemy Diva because you have less health than her, alright? And if you're playing like a Bastion or something, be sure you don't get as aggressive. Try to stay in the back line and try to play with your team's tank, alright? Alright, next up is Genji. So try not to make it obvious when you blade and something. If you're nano blading, you're good. But if you're just blading just to blade, bounce around, use a map to your advantage, parkour on walls and stuff, bro. Just don't die. Make it simple, make it quick, make it easy, bro. Easy peasy. Alright, you go walk and take a look. Alright, for Hanzo, make sure you're in line of sight of the enemy, bruh. Never ult from spawn. I used to do this all the time when the game first came out. I got no kills. Mistake number 1 with Hanzo. Make sure that you're always in line with the enemy and never just blindly fire because that's a waste of an ult. Now for Junkrat, make sure that you don't die when you're in this ult form, bruh. Go behind the wall. Go behind your team. Too many Junkrats are out in the open just willy-nilly popping their tire and dying. Now for Mei, be sure your Mei ult isn't too obvious. It's a big mistake that I keep on seeing across these heroes, bro. What I do, I put up a wall, and then I go ahead and pop my ult, then I break that wall so the ult can go through the wall and surprise the enemy team like that. Don't make it too obvious. Mei's ult's pretty self-explanatory. Now for Pharah, y'all don't fire one of your primary fire rockets before you pop ult. You'll burst down the enemy so much more better if you fire your rocket launcher and then do that, you'll win. Same thing for Reaper. Go ahead and pick a target. Let's say there's an Ana. Before I pop my ult, I'm gonna go ahead and tap that Ana, boom, and then die. Then she's dead. She's literally bursted with so much damage. She's dead, bro. All right, for Sojourn, too many of y'all can't aim, bro. Just go ahead and switch your hero if you got Sojourn, bro. Like, if you can't aim, bro, just get off this hero. All right. Now, for Soldier 76, if you can't aim, be sure you're not too aggressive because you just have the gun and you're just shooting people. Now, you could try to pop your little healing thingy, but people are going to get aggressive with you, especially if they got a Diva. Play with your tank if you got a tank available to you, and then go ahead and pop your ult. Now for Sombra, don't pop the ult by yourself, bro. Too many Sombra mains just pop the ult by themselves. Be sure your whole team is with you. If not, if there's one member down, then it's okay. But be sure your whole team is with you before you pop the Sombra ult. And now for Symmetra, too many of y'all don't really shield dance. I shield dance a lot, and I see so much success with this ult. So be sure that with Symmetra's ult, you double tap the Q, Y triangle button to where you have the shield on the left side and the right side. And you can traverse both of those sides of the shield and shield dance like that. Now for Torbjorn, bro, y'all place up. It's really just a goop placement, bro. For Torbjorn's goop, y'all just ain't placing it right, bro. Just try to predict where the enemy's going and where they're headed, not where they're at, and just combo that ult with your turret form. Then you should be good. You should see some success. But if not, then just practice with the placement of Torbjorn's ult. It's pretty hard since he's short and stuff. All right, for Tracer, what I do, I melee my target and then go ahead and pop my ult. Too many of y'all just willy-nilly, y'all shoot, and then just make the cavalry's here, and then you miss your pulse bomb, bro. Don't miss your pulse bomb, all right? Make sure if you do melee them before you pulse bomb, make sure it's accurate, and then try to aim accordingly and predict where they're going after the melee and stuff like that, all right? But don't make the ult too obvious. Pretty easy for Tracer. All right, for Widowmaker, just don't die, don't get aggressive. You got an ult that sees through walls. Play in the back line, play it safe, play it careful. Alright, now on to the support heroes. For Ana, be sure that you're in a good spot for, let's say you nano a Genji, alright? You still want to support that Genji and you don't want to die. Don't just pop the ult, then forget about it. But support your Genji or whoever is nano boosted. And you're going to see so much more success when you do it like that, alright? Cool. Now for Baptiste, what you what I do, the cool little tech, what you could double tap the alt button to get it to the left and right planes, just like that Symmetra alt, and that way you can have way more angles with the Baptiste alt. This is what I do. I see pretty much success, pretty good kills with this. Try to do it. If it doesn't work, if it's stupid, oh well, whatever, bro. I'm winning more games than we're good. All right, now for Bagetta, just make sure your team is with you before you pop this alt, but it's pretty self-explanatory alt. For Ilaria, make sure the enemy is like grouped up. Make sure you're at least getting at least 3 targets, and don't just fire it willy-nilly. And be sure you don't fly. You can fly too high, because with Sigma, I want to say it's just like Sigma's ult. Don't fly too close from the enemy. Don't fly too far from the enemy. Be sure you can aim. If you can't aim, go ahead and switch your hero. All right, for Kiriko, it's pretty situational. If you're going down like a little street or something, go ahead and pop that bad boy. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. All right, now for Lifeweaver. Too many y'all just pop it out in the open. Now, Lifeweaver, it is a pretty good blocking ult, but be sure you play this ult with your tank, bro. That's really the goal of Lifeweaver's ult, to support your tank and win the fight. All right, for Lucio, use his ult as a second life. I don't really see too many mistakes with Lucio, so just keep doing what you're doing, bro. You winning. For Mercy, go battle Mercy, bro. If you're not going battle Mercy, you're losing the game. For Morta, yeah, go and switch your hero. For Zenyatta, don't use Zenyatta's ult as a second life. Never use that. You're going to waste his ult. But use it to counter other ults. Alright, y'all. I've been Too Cool. If you watched the video all the way to the end, go ahead and drop a comment. I'll catch y'all later. And I'll live stream on Kick and YouTube at 4 o'clock PST. Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.